Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're looking at The Social Instinct, How Cooperation Shaped the World by Nichola Raihani. The back of the book states, Nichola Raihani is a Royal Society University Research Fellow and Professor in Evolution and Behavior at University College London, where she leads the Social Evolution and Behavior Lab. And The Social Instinct is her first book. So, right off the bat, pretty impressive credentials. This book is about social interaction and the evolution of sociality in the natural world using various examples with humans and animals. Some of the main social interactions highlighted in this book are natural selection within families, as far as parents affecting offspring and vice versa, sexual selection, where males and females exert selection pressures for different traits in each other, polygamy and polyandry, cooperation and punishment, altruism, empathy, as well as selfishness, and reputation and social standing in social settings, all of this with both humans and animals. I really liked this book. I thought it read kind of like a more accessible Richard Dawkins type book. It's got a lot of the same kinds of concepts that he uses in zoology and animal behavior, but whereas Dawkins' books can sometimes get pretty deep and confusing, this one keeps it light without going so deep into things. Nichola also has some background in psychology, and that comes through in the writing too. There's lots of discussion on psychological studies and experiments involving game theory and behavioral economics, like the prisoner's dilemma and the dictator game. Maybe you've got to try some of these in school. They provide a really interesting look into human psychology and sociality. This book comes in 4 sections, each with several chapters, and each section starts with a couple pages of introduction. And I really liked that. It made the book feel like segmented and kind of organized. The book is about 260 pages, has 18 chapters, no pictures, but it does have a nice sized font, and that's another thing I really liked about it. I'm not crazy about the small fonts. Oh, and isn't that a great cover? That's a painting by Ernst Haeckel called Trochilidae, which is the hummingbird family, and if you happen to see my video on Peter Godfrey Smith's latest book, Living on Earth, you may remember that painting from the cover of that book, and here it is. Here's Living on Earth and The Social Instinct right next to him. Which one do you think worked better? This one's got the double helix, but this one's overall like fancier. They both look really good though. And while we're at it, here it is in Ernst Haeckel's Art Forms in Nature. Okay, back to The Social Instinct. Here's something I haven't seen in a while. This book has footnotes at the bottom of the page, and there are quite a few of them. That's another thing I liked about this book. Do you guys prefer footnotes, or do you like the endnotes at the end of the book? Or sometimes they put them at the end of the chapter. Finally, I want to say that the author sticks to concepts and examples in this book rather than veering into memoir. And I just want to point that out because sometimes I get a book that seems like it's going to be science or an informative book, but then it turns out to be more of a memoir, and that disappoints me, especially if they're advertising it as a science book, but they turn out to be more about the author than the subject that the outside of the book would have you think it's about. This book is definitely not like that. It's pure informative goodness. I thought that this book would be a great recommendation for a person who either tried Dawkins but found it too dense, or for a person who's interested in learning about animal behavior. The book is very accessible for anyone. There were a lot of times where the author would be describing some theory in animal behavior that has a name, but she wouldn't even bother to go into the name of it. That's how smoothly this book is designed to flow. Very good for just getting into this sort of thing. But even if you've read other books like this, it's still a really good book worth reading. Again, this was the author's first book, and I'm really excited to see what she does next. Okay, that's it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. We humans are an incredibly social species, even the introverts among us. It's just part of our DNA. We live with and around the others like us, and animals too. And that being the case, I think it's really interesting and worthwhile to learn more about the why and the how surrounding this fact. If you agree with me on that, you might check out The Social Instinct by Nichola Raihani.